What's up YouTube? AVLR32 here, bringing you guys a rabbit deck profile. Before you guys start saying, hey, why are you posting on your AVLR32 channel? Why aren't you on your COD XP960 channel? Well, shut up, because I'm making this video, and then right after this video, once I get my Battle Pack Epic Dawn box in the mail, I'm gonna do a opening, and hopefully the video won't get deleted like last time. And after I'm done making, once I just said, basically, after I'm done making this video, you're going to see the Battle Pack Epic Dawn box opening, and will be my next video, and then I'll be done. Alright? Cool. So, quit biatching at me. So, this was actually the kid, 11 years old, that top 8 at YCS Philly. And this is his deck list, and I thought it was actually kind of interesting. Not your usual rabbit deck, I will admit. First thing that struck me was it was 42 cards. You usually don't see that in a rabbit deck. It's usually like 41 or 40. But anyways, let's get on with the monster lineup. 3 rabbit, obvious. Your 6 vanilla monsters, Kabazool, Sabersource. 3 effect veiler. 3 tour guide. And this actually stuck out at me too. BLS. The rabbit decks that I've seen really don't use BLS. So I guess it was a pretty good meta call on his. Sorry about that, you guys. Something messed up or whatever. Anyways, like I was saying, not only that, but like I was saying, the rabbit decks that I've seen really don't use BLS. I read a couple of his feature matches, his top 16, when he had to replay against the same opponent guy, Alexander something or rather. And sorry, I apologize for not knowing your last name in case you're watching this video, although I doubt that he is. Moving on. So he did drop this. I don't think that he really dropped it that consistently though. I know he dropped it a couple times, but I do like the 3 Veilers in it though. The BLS, I mean, I'm not too sure about. I don't mind it, but I just don't really like it. It's just my opinion though. As a player, I just don't really like it. Gores is standard. He techs in 1 Thunder King. The last rabbit deck that I had, it was here on DN, and I don't know how old the build was, but it had 3 Max C's in it. So I was like, well, I mean, you can obviously afford Max C's, because I was looking at the comments from the video where the guy did the deck profile of this kid, and even one of the guys said, this kid goes to my locals, and the dad said that he paid for his entire deck. So somehow this kid, you know, is making money where he's able to buy all this crap, and everything was like hollowed out. You know, he had ulti warnings, super chains and stuff, and you know, he probably got the chains in there like 7 apiece like I did, but you know, it just makes you wonder, you know, what do kids do these days, you know? Saying in obviously for the tour guides, Spirit Reaper. He did say that this saved him a couple times. I would have used more, but at the same time, I wouldn't have used 3 MSTs. I would have sided 1, and maybe have put in the Spirit Reaper from the side. Anyways, moving on to spells, 3 MSTs. He really wanted that back row hate. 2 Lance, 1 Dark Hole, a Monster Reborn, 1 Heavy Storm, Book of Moon, Avarice, and Soul Taker. Now, here's the one thing that struck out at me was Forbidden Lance. He said that all in the deck profile that I watched, he said that all his friends are telling him not to use Lance. I don't see why they would be saying for him not to use Lance, because it's just a flat out broken card. So I don't see why in God's name they were telling him not to run it. Yeah, it's a 42 card deck. Yes, you can side it, but look at his side deck. Like, he really thought out his side deck. Like, he wasn't just being a stupid punk kid who thought he was going to be really cocky. He really thought this YCS through. He thought of every single deck that he could possibly go against, and he prepared for it. You know, all this stuff is just staple. I already mentioned the MSTs. Soul Taker. He teched in 1 in the main deck. In case you don't know what it does, pops a face-up monster, and then your opponent gains 1,000. I really don't like Soul Taker, just because you're giving your opponent the plus 1,000. If you already have the advantage, I can see where it's good. But at the same time, there's stuff like Smash and Ground, and he said, you know, this involves a discussion where you're going to be saying, what's better, Soul Taker or Smash and Ground? My opinion, Smash and Ground is better because, yeah, it gets rid of the higher defense. His explanation was that, you know, against Chaos Dragons, it makes Light Pulsar miss the timing because your opponent's gaining the 1,000 or whatever it was. All I know is that the guy doing the deck profile said, yeah, and plus Light Pulsar misses timing. So this does make Light Pulsar miss the timing, but it makes your opponent gain 1,000. So, I mean, I don't know. Just you really don't see it a lot, you know. So, anyways, moving on. 2 Bottomless, 2 Warning, 2 Fiendish Chain, 2 Compulse, 1 Torrential, 1 Deep Prison, and 1 Solemn Judgment. You know, he's got the Solemn Brigade going on here. I mean, it's kind of staple. The Fiendish Chains are pretty much staple. He said he didn't really like it, which, no offense to you, Oliver, but just Fiendish Chains busted. That's all I'm going to say. um, Compulses, he said he used it for whenever his Rescue Rabbit got negated. It's just basically either A, protection to get back your Rescue Rabbit into your hand, or B, to stop your opponent from destroying the Rescue Rabbit, and then just using it next turn. One Torrential. He didn't side deck a second one. He wanted to only have one in the main. I can kind of see that. And then one D Prison. I don't mind one. I would have wanted to use multiple. That's just me because I would want to draw it consistently. And then the Judgment, like I already mentioned. His side deck. Two Max C's. He said that everyone's going to be remaining it once Heretics get their Dreadnought Railway Gun Cannon. In case you don't know what Dreadnought does, basically it makes the OTK for Heretics very good. It actually makes Heretics OTK. I do agree with the statement that he said that Max C will be remained in the main deck once Heretics get their Dreadnought Railway Gun, because you're going to want to be able to draw a bunch of cards that they can OTK you. So very good choice on him with the Maxis. Two Snowman Eater, just to be able to pop those pesky monsters on the field. It's very good against the mirror match. If they have a log in play and you just drop the Snowman Eater and there's like, yeah, run into a snowball. Another Spirit Reaper and another Soul Taker. I can kind of see this in case he needs more defense and more poppage. Three Macrocosmos, pretty staple. Thinking about it now, I would have only wanted to use two. I mean, that's just me, but I can see where three can be really necessary, especially against the Dragon matchup and other stuff like that. Two Decree, two D Prison, and two Dust Tornado. He said he was really afraid of GKs, which I don't see why he'd be afraid of GKs, because only people that are on a budget are going to be using GKs, and they're not even that good of a deck anyways. They're garbage. Sorry to say, but I mean, yeah, they're pretty much garbage. Decree, you know, if he wants to use Decree, he's going to have to side out a bunch of his traps. You know, he's already using 11 traps. With two Decrees, I mean, I don't know. I can see where it can kind of conflict. But, two extra D Prisons, I agree with this. You need as much removal as you can get. For the extra deck, one Chimera Tech, two Dolkas, two Lagias. When I was going through, you know, net decking this and whatever, I had three Lagias and two Dolkas in here. Like I said, I don't remember where I got this, thing from, but, you know, I don't know. But, you know, personally, I would rather have three Lagias and two Dolkas, but, you know, it's whatever. I just like to have the more negation, you know. Would you rather want to have three Solemns or four? You know, just saying. One Zen Mains, one Tempo, one Leviair, one Giga Brilliant, one Leviathan, and one Acid. He said he didn't really go into Tempo a lot. I don't even know what in God's name this thing even does myself. You can detach Exceed material from him, target one Exceed monster your opponent controls, detach Exceed material from that monster, and all face it to June. Exceed monsters you currently control gain 500. So it's like a Giga Brilliant on crack, except it's only got 1700. Leviair is 18. So, you know, it gets rid of it. Or, no, I'm sorry, not Leviair. I'm sorry. I'm comparing. Giga Brilliant has 18. He has 17. Makes all your monsters gain 500. So if you got 10 Tempo and Giga Brilliant on the field, you're going to have some huge beat sticks. Leviathan's pretty staple. Acid's staple. Maestroke, he said it almost saved him 2 games, which it didn't. He was saying it sucks. I'm going to disagree with you 100%. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Maestroke is too busted. It's like having another Book of Moon. Photon Papillo Operative. This card's very busted. I'm so glad he ran this. And a Utopia and a Utopia Ray is just pretty much staple. He didn't use this, but I'm using it just in case you never know. Chimera Tech. I think he only had like 14 in his extra deck, so I was like, screw it, just leave in the Chimera Tech. So yeah, guys, that's the whole deck. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know this video ran on for a little while, but I don't really give a crap. I just want to get this video on out there. And I'm going to be testing with this Rabbit deck, because I might be investing in a Rabbit. Just because the deck is actually pretty cheap now. You know, you can buy Rabbits for 40 bucks a piece, pretty much anywhere you go. And Dolkas are like 40 to 50 a piece now, and Lagias are like, what, 12? 10 to 12? I mean, the deck's not that expensive anymore, and plus tour guides are getting reprinted, and I'm already investing in a box. So, yeah, I am winning pretty much with my little Rabbits. Alright, later YouTube.